wise, Smart Omega here has this advantage. But again, we've seen this fall apart before. Ryzen's going to be taking in that Paquito jungle. So jungle matchup, we've seen this. They have to answer H2O. That connection that he has with Renegade is going to definitely be something that they have to deal with.
It's a gold lane Phoebus against the Clint. We had this last week. Phoebus is a decent laner against the Clint, but there's no stopping NXPE EVOS from farming the entire early game. Now, there is the Hilda factor for Smart Omega that can deal with the farming speed of the Karina, but you're not stopping him at this point because there's a lot of answers as well from NXPE EVOS. And I kind of like the idea that they're rocking in the XP lane Masha against the what's the XP lane of Smart Omega? The D-Roth.
The D-Roth.
It's a decent matchup, even though you do face you do have the problem when it comes to level 4. At this point, it's not a problem for NXPE EVOS because you have a hero that can deal with the D-Roth on the lane, and a hero that can disrupt the jungler as well of Smart Omega. The Masha can just completely take out all the greens on his side so that Ryzen cannot farm up to level 4.
Yeah, but the strong part about Omega's draft is that everyone is just so tanky. Jeez Louise. They do have like a lot of crowd control on their side, and their strength, I think, is when they group up and become this huge snowball that you can't really stop right away unless you pick them off one by one before they group up.
Yeah, realistically speaking, they have better mid-game over NXPE EVOS. They have a lot of aspects when it comes to team fighting. They have the vision on the Hilda, they have the front line as well from the D-Roth and the Phoebus. The Phoebus can actually delay the team fight here for NXPE EVOS. Sustained fight is better for both teams, but again, Smart Omega does get the upper hand when it comes to sustained fights because you do have the Phoebus, you have the Paquito, and you also have the D-Roth. Now, the big problem right now for Smart Omega is are you able to handle the late game presence of these heroes? There's a Karina and there's also a Sicilian on their side. And by the way, Clint as well. It's a scary late game comp from NXPE EVOS, but Smart Omega, they have the chance in the mid game. It's a better lineup compared to NXPE EVOS.
Well, we're about to find out. We're jumping into Land of Dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1. NXPE EVOS versus Omega. Early action here in the jungle. Going to be able to secure this. Ooh. Now, Shaknu has to flicker out. And right now, early action across.
Ooh, interesting.
Distraction derby.
Yureshi opted to play the boss fight Masha over the lane. Oh, okay.
Renegade's back.
Wait, Yelihaze is taking double waves. And Yureshi is just disrupting the jungler of Smart Omega. Okay, this is 2 boss 5s playing against Ryzen. And Yelihaze able to take 2 waves.
So don't give him any room in the jungle and just create chaos basically for Smart Omega. So now we're seeing that. I'm sure we're going to see them settle into laning here, of course, but this is interesting, a way to start. We'll see if it actually translates to anything though.
Yeah, I have to check if Yureshi has bought a roaming a blessing on his
I don't think he has though.
Because the thing is, he will benefit, with this rotation, he will benefit from that because Yelihaze is currently sitting at, I think, the top of the net worth for NXPE EVOS because he does take 2 waves out of that first single rotation that he made.
Yeah, he doesn't have that logo on his head though.
Doesn't have it.
So he is definitely going to be on Roam, on XP. Here, he just clears waves so fast.
Look at this! A level 2 Masha is able to freeze the lane against a level 3 Die-Hard.
He's not even afraid of the gank.
Hey, that's what we call a tad bit fixed here, a little bit strong. H2O not going to be focused on, has to force to back out here. Renegade trying to help out, actually able to help him survive. Turtle now going to be for the taking here for Smart Omega.
A beautiful Sanguine Claws there from Yelihaze. Make sure that there's distance created. Enables the escape, although right now Omega does have that control around the turtle. Yureshi just wants some vision, making sure everyone's counted for.
Masha's strong, but can't go 1 versus 4.
Oh my goodness, that was that almost took out the purple buff here from H2. Fortunately for him, the buff was resetting, so Kelra didn't really get the chance to take out a purple buff, but everybody is just disrupting the enemy jungler at this point.
Yeah, all eyes on H2.
I mean, that was key to victory here for Smart Omega. They've really got to handle the connection between the two. H2O's performance has been very good lately. And we're going to see the power. Actually, how many times have we actually seen on XP lane a monster? But now H2O going to get focused down.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to be still
that was
alive. Little sidestep action there. Now Renzo has a flicker out here. Renegade looking for a setup. Doesn't have the ultimate just yet. Yoreshi goes in. A little bit too much. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. Has to back off here. No one goes down just yet. 3 minutes into the game. Everybody forcing a back. Gonna head back. Renegade now has the Way of the Dragon available, but no one to set up with.
This is an excessive amount of pressure by Omega against NXPE's jungle area.
Yeah.
And the result of that is, of course, the Clint has a better laning. You know, doesn't have to worry about any ganks. They have all full information about where the Omega members are.
But here's the thing, Chaknu, with the difference when it comes to emblems. Right now, he is using the Concussive Blast on the tank emblem, and it does remove the first skill of the Karina. Once it pops, you can deal damage through the Karina. So H2 has been feeling that for the entire early game. Usually we saw, earlier we saw a Hilda that is using the Unbending Will emblem. This game, it's more worth it to utilize the Concussive Blast to remove that immunity factor from the Karina.
So that's literally just a choice to counter Karina. And
maybe.
You know, it's working so far. I mean, again, he's done a great job at not dying. Renegade now going to be focused on. That's going to be one ultimate after another. He goes down here. That's going to be the first blood as well. Real world manipulation dropping down just for some zoning potential. And now a turtle for the taking.
All right, despite all of that, obviously Omega getting a pretty solid lead in map control. I have to commend H2. He's holding it together relatively well.
Hasn't died yet, but Renzio.
Yeah, Renzio's going to get focused on. Not much he can do here. Turtle's going to be secured by Smart Omega, but now NXPE was finding themselves a kill here 1-1.
The rest of NXPE just focusing on just holding down the fort here while getting a kill or two here. Again, utilizing the moderation of the Mosh.
Yeah.
The toning down, as Nice said.
Little tone down here now. Ooh. Once again, there's the Way of the Dragon looking for a connection here. Chaknu could be thrown. Nice claws. Gonna force the flicker out. Now Yelly Hayes trying to follow up here. Kelra, he's gonna get focused down. That's quite a bit of damage. They just need one more hit. The flicker in, comes in the reverse, and that's gonna be a kill. Going over to Donut here.
Still could have been close if he pulled off a shield there. Could have done some damage to Donut, then good that NXPE didn't really get phased there.
Look at this!
I mean, yeah, that's just the advantage.
You're just man-fighting against Renzio because he knows he has extra HP boss. Chaknu.
Yeah, Chaknu. Way of the Dragon once again.
Oh, nice real world manipulation.
Comes down. Chaknu's still going to be focused on, but look at the back line. Rides in, finds Yelly Hayes. Grabbing a kill for himself. H2O going to have to back off here. 3 members trying to focus him down. It's going to be a lot of damage at CC him, and he gets a double kill. Going over to Ryzen, sitting pretty at 3-0 on that Bakito.
He barely had the cooldown on immunity there. Could have been close.
And again, we see the potential of Smart Omega in the mid game. They just fight better against NXPE EVOS because there's also a lot of catch for Smart Omega. They can even dive towers against NXPE EVOS, but one thing that they need to be concerned about is Yelly Hayes on the Sicilian. He has been sitting in lanes for so long. He did die once, but he is still getting these stacks.
Yeah, real-time win rate definitely going to show that, but again, that's because of the advantage that you have in the early game, right? Because of your bruisers. You're basically all bruisers. So you have a lot of advantages in turret diving, but once those turrets go down, once you go on full-on team fights, that might change later, especially, like you said, Yelly Hayes on Sicilian.
It's a different story.
Yeah, big cuts in the bottom lane going on. Meanwhile, the Turtle's going to be focused on.
Oh, Renegade.
Secure this one. Way of the Dragon comes out. Ryzen not going to be able to secure the Turtle. It's going to reset, but whoa, that's going to be an unstoppable Ryzen now 5-0. Look at Rengio. Will he be able to grab a kill here on Yoreshi? He grabs that one. 2 down for NXPE EVOS.
Yeah, that was Itomax. It was very faint, but you saw that Itomax actually controlled Yelly Hayes of the real world and slowed him so much that Yelly Hayes couldn't join the fight.
Itomax, prime E2Max. Itomax at the lead.
At the lead, man. And don't forget that Smart Mind skins as well. There's only one winner for that. Long code on your screen right now. Guaranteed epic skin. Good luck to whoever gets that one. And right now, 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes into the game, Smart Omega with a nice, comfortable gold lead. They've got 3 turtles. I mean, what could go wrong for them? What does NXPE EVOS have to do here at midnight to get back into this game?
honestly, they just need to hold out. They still have the late game factor. Again, as we talk about, they have the Clint, they have the Sicilian. Now that you look into the lineup of Smart Omega, their main problem is that they need to take fight first before they can actually take out turrets. Even though they've managed to secure 3 towers from themselves, the main problem is the main base of NXPLE EVOS. They need to initiate fights before they can actually take objectives, and that is what NXPLE EVOS needs to hold off. They need to hold off the aggression from Smart Omega.
Yeah, buff transfer complete to Yelly Hayes, so he's going to be able to eke out more stacks for the meantime. And this is something that, they're going to have to deal with. Omega's going to have to deal with this soon, or else it might get out of hand. At the same time, Omega does have that tankiness to kind of just invade around the jungle here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge advantage for them, right? Just the front line kind of capacity that they have. Rear world mid-lane is going to come down, pushing them back. There's the demonic force. Kelra goes in, going to take quite a few turret shots. Before going back in. Nice kick.
Nice kick.
Coming out from Renegade. What a way of the dragon right there. Finding a big mistake here coming out from Kelra.
Honestly, I think that was a shot call from the Hitman himself. Because NXPLE EVOS, they grouped up.
Yeah.
It was like, he will jump, I kick.
Yeah, and it was difficult for them to do that because of the real-world manipulation and, of course, Kelra jumping everywhere. But they took advantage of that. They took advantage of Kelra being a little bit more aggressive than he needed to.
Yeah.
And punished very hard.
And again, as we see Smart Omega, the way that they take out these turrets is by fighting. NXPLE EVOS, they can hold out for days as long as they don't lose the important heroes that they have. They're very happy with taking these trades in skirmishes against Smart Omega.
Man, they're actually going to give a go signal here on this first Lord of the game. Conceal going to be popped up. Renegade trying to get some vision here for the team. Ryzen's still going to be working on this Lord. It is below half health. The rest of Smart Omega driving NXPLE EVOS back here. There's not much they can do to contest this one. Smart Omega securing the first Lord of the game.
Yeah, NXPE is not really in the position to actually dive in and fight against the Omega squad yet. Again, you need more time for Donut. You need more time for Yelly Hayes, man.
Yeah, Scaling's name
Chaknu.
game. Away the dragon comes out. Chaknu gonna go down here. Kill going over to Yelly Hayes. NXPLE EVOS finding one. Now they have to deal with the push from the Lord.
Kick after kick, man. Renjade's making it.
You also have to worry about damage output. Smart Omega, they felt it. Chaknu was the one who got kicked. And right now, they can tell themselves that, hey, they're starting to hurt.
Yeah. Can't ignore that fact right now. Even as tanky as we are, individually, like, if we get ganked up by 3 people, that might be it for any one of us. So, you gotta be on our toes if you're Smart Omega.
Yeah, this is going to be a fairly easy Lord to deal with. They just got to make sure they don't get crashed down on or cut off here. Because, you know, they've got great clear. Like you guys mentioned, scaling is in their favor here for NXPLE EVOS. They've got great clear with Yelly Hayes, but we'll have to see. They are definitely going to lose this Tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. Crash down one more time. The way the dragon.
Oh my goodness.
Setup here. Being forced back with the real world manipulation though, and just Smart Omega handling Yureshi. Taking 2 off NXPLE EVOS. Nice claws there. Here comes the conceal. Deep into the base they go. Now they're going to be working on this turret to open up the base of NXPLE EVOS.
11 minutes in, we are seeing inhibitor turrets fall here. Omega does not want this game to go on any longer.
Yep. They need to clear the base of NXPLE EVOS right now. And the fight started in terms of NXPLE EVOS. It was their own term. Renji got the kick onto Kelra with the flicker back. But Etomax with the real world manipulation shutting off the entry of NXPLE EVOS. It was only H2 and Yureshi inside the box of Smart Omega. That's why they cannot find the initiation to take out Kelra. And Smart Omega, with the bruises that they have, the fighters that can fight in the front line, it's hard for them to fight into Smart Omega right now because they don't have the gap close on the side of NXPLE EVOS.
Yeah, and you're just seeing this. The key component here, that real world manipulation, being able to do so much. You know, Yureshi has plenty of health bars. There's going to be the kick. They find another one. Yelly Hayes once again now forcing Renzo back here. They're happy with just that one kill. But again, check out the gold lead for Smart Omega.
But you know what? Finally, they got rid of the Eve. That is so huge. Now there might be a chance for NXPE to make an engagement actually work for them instead of always being pushed back by the real-world manipulation.
Yeah, you have to give it to Etomax. And right now, NXPE, all eyes are set on this Eve. This is becoming a big problem. Even though you have the Sicilian and Clint for the late game, once you're inside the box, Smart Omega can just close the gap. They have 3 amazing gap closers on their side. Number 1 is the Paquito, number 2 is the Phobos, and number 3 is the Hilda, because he just runs into you.
Yeah, so fast.
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to have to, I mean, again,
Top
Edumex
lane
is back, right, for this Lord. It's an enhanced Lord now. I would love to see NXPE EVOS fight this one out because it's going to be tough if they let this one go. The siege that is happening with these Lords is going to be kind of hard to deal with, but again, they do have Yelly Haze. Let's see if they actually try to stop this from happening. Renegade trying to get some vision. Yureshi now there. Etumax focused on here. Has to flicker route. Can't set up just yet. Yureshi going to back off. Lord still secured by Smart Omega. Ryzen grabs that one. Calro with the demonic force pushing them down. Killing spree for Renzio. That's going to be another one falling down. Renegade is down here. NXPE EVOS down 2.
Omega's fully taking advantage of the fact that Donut is having a hard time getting into position.
Yeah.
They're diving on everybody, man.
Smart Omega, they're just fighting 24/7, and I would love to commend Ureshi on that play with the ultimate onto Etumax, but H2O decided to go for the Lord. Smart Omega re-engaged, and Ryzen was able to get his hands on the Lord with the maximum damage output from the second skill into the Retribution. Ureshi
still has plenty of health bars. Actually going to survive quite a while. Lord now going to be into the bottom lane here. This could be a time for Smart Omega to regroup. They don't really have the minions for the push in yet, but Renzio showing himself here. Real world manipulation coming down. NXPE EVOS has to defend. H2O's to get focused on, but they grab a kill here. Chaknu's down. Can they turn this one around?
Oh my goodness,
Demonic force coming out.
Oh my goodness!
Up. The flicker coming out too. 2 down for NXPE EVOS, 2 down for Smart Omega. Who's going to turn this one around? The turret still up in the mid lane.
Come on.
Finally, Yelly Haze and Donut being able to utilize that distraction being provided by the Masha and H2O. They're able to sustain long enough for the backline to actually do enough damage.
Oh my goodness. You have to ask the question, how broken can you get? The amount of sustain, the amount of time that Ureshi bought for NXPLE EVOS was insane. Look at this. Etumax found the perfect reload manipulation, closing in 4 heroes of NXPLE EVOS, but Ureshi stood in the front lines, and 4 heroes were trying to deal with him. The damage output from Renzio was not enough. And look at this. Donut and Yele is on the back lines, dealing so much damage against Smart Omega.
Yeah, literally. And here,
Conceal versus Conceal.
Double Conceal going to be popped, fighting for that purple buff. Let's see who's going to grab this one. Smart Omega.
Oh, Retri.
Going to grab that. You know what's crazy, too? You pointed it out at Midnight. It's like, throw in Masha, throw in Ureshi there, let him take as much damage and just kind of attack as fast as he can.
These HP bars, man.
And let Donut and Yelly Haze fire from afar. Like, that's what the hope here is.
I think that's exactly what they're trying to do with this. Ureshi, very tanky.
Yep.
High amounts of HP. Then H2O immune. They dive. These are the diving duos.
Yeah.
They're the diving duo, and it's up to Donut and Yelly Haze to find that spot to do the damage, do the dance.
The thing is, the way that NXPE fights, they cannot do this on the early game because the sustain wasn't enough. And the scaling damage of Smart Omega isn't really that good. And right now, it's at the point where you've hit the ceiling of the damage output of Smart Omega. And NXPLE EVOS, they just continue to scale with their tankiness and the raw damage that comes out from the Sicilian and the Clint. Ureshi,
look at him.
It's a test of how sustainable you are.
Yeah, he's still got the sprint too.
Oh my
that's going to be a
goodness.
shutdown off camera here. Killing spree going over Yelly Haze.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the sidestep move and groove. Gonna heal up a little health
HP's
bar
back.
here. Good to go. Down 1 now. Smart Omega gonna head to start up the Lord. Let's see if they actually commit to this one. Meanwhile, still members of NXPLE EVOS in the mid lane.
Masha,
They're not gonna commit to this just yet. Conceal. After Conceal coming out, Renegade. Not gonna follow up just yet. Happy with that. They do want to get this tier 1 turret down too and open up the map for them a little bit. It looks like NXPLE EVOS is going to play a little bit of a push and pull game here for the Lord.
I mean, they kind of have to. Like, at this point, you can't really just go all out.
Chaknu.
Yeah, Chaknu looking for Yelly Haze.
On
Going to
the
push him
back
back. Lord going to be left.
Oh my
flicker out and
goodness.
grab this one. Yurechi gets another one. 1 down for Smart Omega. Making another one. Lord's going to be secured by NXPLE EVOS. Turning it around here. Lots of CC and damage coming down. kill. Going over to man Renzio, pushing him back with a demonic force. Ryzen with another one. One after another, falling for next play Evos. 3 down.
Yeah, Donut and Yelly Haze, man, they were open. And Omega just took advantage.
They took out the Lord. Nice play Evos. They bought enough time. Rana J able to clear out the, Yoresh is able to clear out the mid minion waves, and right now it's just the top lane. H2 might be around for the time here, but Smart Omega, they're looking to finish.
Yeah, they're looking to finish. They actually grab and pop the immortality on both them right now. They can focus on the base if they want to.
That's it.
Minions are going to be up. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Smart Omega taking game number 1.
In a quick fashion there. Again, this is Omega literally brute forcing their way to victory here. Literally, like everyone's like a juggernaut here.
Well, come on, it's Smart Omega. They always find these openings. They always find the team fights and the opportunities to close out games where it looks like they're always on the downside. And that was a very good fight for Smart Omega. They found Yellies on the backline, even though Chaknu suffered, suffered the loss against the Clint and the Sicilian. Even though NXPE was able to get the Lord, the amount of HPs were little on the side of NXPE. And Smart Omega said, we have fighters, we have 4 fighters. There's no reason why we're gonna back off. We can chase them up until their base.
Yeah,
they dove straight into the Sicilian